Hey guys, Captain Jackson here with Newport Coast Maritime Academy in Southern California. I get a lot of questions from owners asking me if they think in 3 or 4 days if the conditions are going to be good for them to go out and go boating. Is it going to be safe? Is the conditions going to be comfortable? Are they going to have a good time or a lousy time? And so I thought I'd do a really quick tutorial on the weather forecasting model that I use, which is Windy. It's both an app for your phone and it's also a website. And so today I'm going to do a quick demonstration on what it looks like on the website. So we're going to start here by going to the windy.com website. And as you can see, it's a pretty easy user interface. You can hold down your left mouse key and move the map around to find your area of interest. But what I would suggest first is going up into the left-hand corner here and left-click your mouse. And in the settings, pick the units of measurement that you are most comfortable and most familiar with. Once you've got that done, go ahead and close that. And now I'm going to use the scroll wheel on my mouse to zoom in to my local area, which is Newport Beach. And today is Monday, and so hypothetically I'm thinking about going out to Catalina Island on Saturday, and I want to find out, are the conditions going to be favorable? So I look for my route. I'm going to be going from Newport Beach to Avalon, and I'm kind of looking for what is the most exposed part of my trip. Where are the least favorable conditions going to be? And I'm going to guess, somewhere in the middle of the San Pedro Channel. So left mouse click, and that's going to drop a pin in the map. Now you can drop this pin with a mouse click anywhere you want. But for today, I'm going to put it right in the middle of the channel. And then I'm going to go to this drop-down arrow and click on that. And you'll see that brings up a bunch of basic weather information. It will default to the basic forecast, which pretty much gives you, is it going to be sunny, temperature, and general wind direction. But as mariners, we're interested also in the sea conditions. And so I'm going to go and click on waves. And I'm also going to pick my weather model. And there are several here to pick from. I generally tend to prefer the ECMWF model. It just seems to be more accurate, at least in my part of the world. So I've got that set up. You'll notice when I clicked on the waves, this graphical depiction came up, and it's basically giving me the same information that's in the table down here, but it gives me little arrows showing me the direction of wind, swell number 1, which is the dominant swell, and swell number 2. Over here on the left-hand column, we have the time of day. We have the wind speed, wind gusts, we have the wave height, the swell height, and the swell period. A quick word on what is the difference between waves and swell. So swell are ocean conditions that have been generated by weather systems thousands of miles away, as opposed to waves, or otherwise called wind chop. Those waves are created by local weather and wind conditions, and they tend to be the choppiest of the bunch. Another question I often get is, well, what height is swell and waves unsafe or uncomfortable? And we'll go with uncomfortable because that usually comes before unsafe. For swell, you're also looking at the swell period. And the swell period or swell interval is the measurement of time between the top of one swell until the top of the next swell. So the greater amount of time between the swells means that it's more of a rolling kind of swell as opposed to a peaky kind of swell. If you think of a sine wave is probably my best analogy. General rule of thumb for mariners is you always want the swell period to be at least double the swell height. For example, if you go out in a 2-foot swell, at a minimum, you want a swell period of 4 seconds. Wind waves, generally anything greater than about 4 feet is going to just be uncomfortable. So that's a good little benchmark for wind chop. Okay, so here we are on Monday, and we're interested in Saturday. So I just go to the scroll bar here and hold down my left mouse button and pull this over, and let's say we're going to depart at 10 a.m. on Saturday. So in the middle of the channel at 10 a.m., we're looking at wind 4 miles an hour, pretty much out of the north-northwest. Predominant swell is out of the southwest, 2 feet at 13 seconds, more than double the interval, so we're great on that. And the secondary swell, 2 feet at 12 seconds. You can get this same information right here in the tabular format. 5 gusting to 8, wind out of the north-northwest, 3 feet of wave chop, 2 feet of swell at an interval of 11.4 seconds. By and large, this looks like a great day to go boating. And then I'm thinking about coming back perhaps later in the day around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. And you'll notice how the map changed, the wind direction has changed, wind speed has changed. The swell has remained pretty much the same. But the good news is coming from Avalon to Newport, the wind is going to be a little bit on our stern, on our port quarter, stern quarter, so not too much concern there. And the predominant swell is going to be almost dead astern, so it should be a pretty nice ride home, even though the wind has picked up. If you're looking for forecasts greater than 5 days, right on this little red bar here, you click on this, and it will extend into a long-range forecast. And just keep in mind that the further out you look at a forecast, the more subject to change it's going to be. Anyway, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at the email address and website information at the end of this video. Thanks for watching.